If you guys have never ever seen that show, she's like, "Hi, how are all you doing today?"
By Honeybee.
By Honeybee.
I think.
I actually got my name from her on
Honeybee is smart, I think.
on my Gmails. It's Honeybee. No, yeah, huh? Humble.
Miss Honey, I think.
Oh, Miss Honey. That's where I get it from. I've always named Miss Honey because you guys remember the show Matilda? Okay, so one of my students when I was teaching always said that I reminded him of Miss Honey, and when I was like, really, like why? I'm mean. He goes, no, teacher, I think you're really a nice lady,
It's true.
and that's how I was referred to always as Miss Honey or Miss Honey Bunches of Oats. I changed it after that, and I stayed with it for like a long time, but then I changed it to Dr. Juarez because that's who I am, right? But or you can call me Dr. Emily. But yes, so that's what happened. And so I've always stuck to that. And so every time I hear her, she's the one that does like the weird like eating things. Like
It's called ASMR, people. I'm assuming it's called a mukbang.
And jelly. It's always jelly. She always
Jelly,
eats...
ice cream. It's crazy how she could just bite it with her front teeth. My teeth are so sensitive. I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm having a seizure. Well, I've never felt one, but I feel like it would be a seizure.
Yeah, so I don't know. She does like a lot of those. We used to watch her, except one day.
I feel like I'm having a brain freeze. I'm assuming that's what it's called.
Emmy. So then what happened when we thought she was legit? What happened?
Every time she would eat it, it would cut. She doesn't have the food in her mouth.
Exactly, because she was lying to us the whole time.
Yes.
So we were thinking she was eating like 50,000 items, and she was actually eating nothing.
Maybe
she was taking a bite or two or whatever, but no.
But there is some.
I think when she started, she was eating correctly. But if you see the girl, she's like super duper skinny, and there's no way that she would eat.
Fast metabolism like I do.
No, she's too old to have that fast of a metabolism, and we seen her at she did a blog with her husband at like a store or something, and like she's really in shape. So you're telling me that she at 3:00 in the morning she's eating all this candy, ice cream and candy, and maybe like 4,000 calories, and she's gonna go home and burn that off? I don't think so.
There is some ASMRs where they do actually
some of them do. I'm not gonna
swallow it.
But this one, I
swallow.
I can't. You know when you eat something, you're like chewing it, and then all of a sudden, you swallow it. She would like put it in her mouth, and then she'd start chewing, and then it would cut, and then she'd go, and she's done. It was too weird.
I don't know.
Anyway, we don't watch her anymore. Sorry, she became a millionaire, and that's that. You guys believed her, and I didn't.
Whatever.
Anyway, so today we're doing. Okay, if this like microphone would like stick to my shirt.
Okay, so today we're reacting to the Eminem X-Way, the interview, the Kimokazi, I'm assuming, interview. Part 2, because I'm assuming Drew has been asking for it. So.
Yes, so it is in 4 parts or 3 parts, but this is the second part, you guys. It is a 14-minute video, so stick with us. Let's stick with it, and hopefully they won't like copyright us because they can't, because it's not a song. It's an interview, so we'll get to listen to the whole interview. So
really
enjoy it.
How do you describe your relationship with Joe Budden? I mean, listen, me and Joe Budden aren't, we're not friends like that. We're not like, we didn't go to the same fucking high school or something, you know what I'm saying? So I get that part. But when I'm out here flying around to different places and doing interviews and trying to use my platform to pump up Slaughterhouse every chance I get, and you're using your platform to fucking trash me, and I'm one of the things that keeps this shit moving. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're doing something, you got a voice in hip hop, so you actually could be affecting this ship a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't owe me nothing. But I've never gotten a fucking interview and been like, Joe Budden shit is fucking trash. Now that last album he put out is fucking trash. So that's kind of the attitude I took to this whole album. Kamikaze is like, all right, what if I give everybody my opinion about them?
But look, I want to talk about Slaughterhouse because there's a lot of, including myself, people that really feel like the Slaughterhouse Saga was unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know there's a Glass House album that was pretty much completed but never released, right?
Where we had left it about 2 years ago was everybody came in and some of the guys in the group picked certain beats. Some of the guys didn't feel those beats, so they like the other beats. And there was definitely enough songs to put an album out, but for the most part, it wasn't a complete picture because everybody wasn't on the same page of what their favorite songs were. So I thought they were gonna go back home, regroup, and try to make a few more songs. I didn't hear anything from that, and then at that point, I started getting really deep into revival. You know, I was recording every day. So a couple months go by.
I'm listening, by
and from what I understand it to be, what I was told, I didn't hear this firsthand, but Joe said, Slaughterhouse ain't hot right now. We don't have a buzz. We need to put out a mixtape. From that point, everybody started branching out. Royce went and did his album, Prime. Like, everybody started doing their own kind of solo shit. So I thought they were just happy with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just wanted to maybe work on their own projects for a while and we'd come back and visit this or whatever. When we made the first Slaughterhouse album,
The Welcome to Our
House, that was another album that I felt like, holy shit, people literally just trashed this. They trashed this album. There was a huge fucking backlash of, oh man, this ain't what we want to hear. It sounds too polished and all this shit. Like, you're critiquing these guys who are fucking wordsmiths. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a certain type of person that, oh man, I only like the beats. There's a certain type of person that will lean towards lyrics more. There's a certain type of person that will lean towards a voice more. They like better. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody leans towards their own thing, but I was just like, holy shit.
I'm a person that leans more towards beats than anything else. Lyrics, yeah. You?
I just like to pay attention to the lyrics.
To the lyrics? I'm more into like a beat, so like what kind of beat they're coming and if their flow matches the beat. Like Eminem has that wordsmith, right? I can listen to him like all day long. But there's other rappers that'll rap and I don't understand a damn thing they're saying. Like what mumble rappers especially. Yeah.
It's like I try to understand what they're saying, but I can't really understand.
And that's how I feel. So that's why when I don't understand, I'll stick with like, oh okay, this is a good beat. I like the beat. It's good. But I would never trash an album. You know what I mean? Like I can never say like, oh that sucks. Like I didn't really like whatever. Except for Drake. I don't like Drake. Drake I think is trash. Drake. I don't like Drake. But
especially all the rumors.
With the rumors, yeah, and all that. Like I'm like, okay, whatever. But
maybe they are rumors or not.
Maybe they're not rumors.
Maybe.
Anyways, continue.
To me, the beats were crazy on that album. And only thing I did was added my little touch of like sprinkling music in these tracks and mixing them to try to bring out, you know, the production a little bit. Which I don't even know if I did any actual beats on there on the first album, but all I heard was the backlash that it was too polished.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's do another album, and then you guys do what you want to do with it. Which is kind of, we left the ball in their court kind of thing. So I didn't want to touch it in a sense of like, other than give my opinions on songs, I didn't want to touch it with my production because I felt like what if that is the reason that they didn't sell albums? I don't want to hinder that. You know what I'm saying? So we gave him another album, and next thing I know, I hear Joe talking about who got that money, who got what money.
If the album never came out.
Like,
he did say, I saw a clip that he put up an interview with him and Crooked that he felt like that maybe, perhaps, like he alluded that you and Paul got majority of the money.
But the album, I hate to say this because I think the guys are super fucking talented, but the album didn't do much to even recoup the first budget. Then we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on the second album.
Which makes sense. Like, I think he's right. Like, right, Joe Budden got mad at the fact of, you know, he's thinking that the M and the other producer got paid or whatever, and they, like, Joe Budden and them didn't, you know, but as Eminem is explaining, and if I'm assuming correctly, there was not enough money drawn in order to export back out. That's the way it goes. If I sell merch, let's say I'm gonna sell these. Okay, I'm gonna sell these, and these cost to make $5, right? And I want to give a good budget. Okay, I want to give a good budget, so I'm gonna put these on sale for they cost $5, but with shipping and all that, it'll cost you like $10 to get here, right? Let's say I sell them for 25. My budget would be okay. I have to spend $10 to make them. I'm gonna get to $15 out of pocket. But wait, um, do I need to pay people that help me package them? How much are the stamps that need to be, when I ship them out, etc.
Can I put little notes?
Yeah, am I gonna put a little candy in there? How much does that cost? Am I gonna put a little cute flower in there? Whatever. In the packaging, am I gonna put and that costs money extra too. So let's say I'm only making I thought I was making 15, but I'm actually only making $6. Right? I gotta use that $6, reinvest it again, right? Into the same. Okay, so let's say I sell 100 of those, right? I gotta invest whatever I made, put it back in, and then double my production, right? Eminem did that with the album, right? With Slaughterhouse, he did that, I guess, and I'm assuming that's what he did. There was not enough revenue to go around and paying millions because there was not enough budget from the original. So I agree with him.
And it never came out. What money didn't you get?
See,
I don't know if I made a fucking dime off Slaughterhouse. I don't care if I made nothing. I believed in them, so I wanted them to be huge, man. I really did. I wanted a group that lyrical to fucking just bust through everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely hurt my feelings a lot when the album didn't do good. The first album. It was just like, fuck, man. Like, when we got CeeLo on the hook of the My Life song, I was like, yo, this might be out of here.
What was the meaning behind the line when you said the last hit? I'm paraphrasing. The last hit you got was with your ex-chick.
That was what that was.
What's that?
That was a tap.
Just a tap?
It was a tap, but it was also saying that his alleged domestic abuse things or whatever.
What?
Which I'm not going to get into, but I feel like...
Domestic something? Abuse?
I feel like the reason I had to do that is because, like I said, there's a fine line between saying, you know what, this guy's really been cool to me. He's helped me out and tried to help out on many occasions. So I'm not going to go in on Untouchable like that. I'm going to say it ain't for me. I'm not crazy about it. Whatever. But to be the worst song you've ever heard in your life, have you listened to your own shit? Do you not listen back? Because if that's the worst fucking song you've ever heard in your life...
He felt disrespected or he slapped back.
I don't know.
Dang.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we'll never see that Glass House album, probably, as far as you know.
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Probably not, because we haven't seen it.
I want to just make it clear, though, that aside from the Joe shit, I think that Slaughterhouse is one of the best rap groups ever to ever happen. But that being said, I wish their first album would have connected.
Yeah.
To more people than it did. I don't. To this day, I still don't. Me and Paul are like, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, but look, man, everybody's not gonna like everything you put out all the time. So
that was a dream team of MCs, though, and I think a lot to what you're saying in regards to why aren't people reacting to these wordsmiths is that's how we came up, And honestly, what people may not realize is that's what really separated hip hop from R&B, rock and roll, and other genres was our ability to bend words to create patterns that made it unique to our genre specifically, which it seems like is something that doesn't get any credibility. Or people don't not everybody put a whole lot into that. Now, they don't give a lot of credence to that, which is probably Slaughterhouse could have been a victim of that kind of ideology. You also, in this album, you went in on MGK. You guys had a discrepancy. he mentioned it in his response song, Rap Devil. You know, that it's called Sway, and ask him why I can't get on Shade 405. That was in response. So I've seen him on the street once, and I didn't know he couldn't come up to Shade at that time. 405, and I said, man, come on up, man. And then I had to see him again and say, hey, man, I don't know what the shit is. Yeah. But until that gets cleared up, there's no way I can have you on there. Yeah. What's the shit with that? What happened?
Well, the shit is, just for the record, the thing that was going on that he was saying about my daughter, I didn't even know about that until like literally like a year and a half later. Okay. I wasn't. It just never hit my radar. And then one day, you know, you go down the fucking wormhole of YouTube and whatever, right? So I see Machine Gun Kelly talks about Eminem's daughter, whatever, right? So what the fuck? Click on it. Like, yo, why is he? Then he starts doing a press run, basically, about Haley. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, my man better chill, right? Mm-hmm. So that's not why I dissed him. The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that. Okay. The reason that I dissed him is because he got on. First he said, first when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Like I'm trying to hinder his career. I don't give a fuck about your career. You think I actually fucking think about you? You know how many fucking rappers that are better than you? You're not even in the fucking conversation. I don't care if you fucking blow or if you don't blow. It doesn't matter to me. But then when you get on Tech Nine's album and you start sending shots and people start hitting me up, yo, Machine Gun dissed you, he just dissed you, he dissed you. I'm like, I listen to it, I'm like, did he really diss me though? I keep listening to it. Yo, this rap, you not gods. And then somebody sends me a screenshot of his Twitter. And it says, had some shit to get off my chest. You just rap, you not God. Some shit like that. And I was like,
a reference to the Rap God song.
Yeah. So I'm like, on the song he said, y'all just rap, you not gods. And on Twitter he said, you just rap, you not God. Had some shit to get off my chest. And I'm seeing, and by the way, this was on the heels of the freestyle he had just did about Shade 45s. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Now I'm in this fucking weird thing because I'm like, I gotta answer this motherfucker. And every time I do that, it makes that person as irrelevant as people say I am in hip hop. I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I want to destroy him, but I also don't want to make him bigger. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because now you're a fucking enemy. Mm-hmm. So I'll leave it at that. I'm not sure exactly what.
So are we supposed to pause?
I don't think so because it's not a song. It's not copywriting.
Okay, I guess whatever
at this point right now because
it's not copywriting. I'm
still kind of waiting to see what.
It's not like a song.
You haven't heard his Rap Devil response?
Okay.
No, I heard it.
What do you think of it?
It's not bad for him. Mm-hmm. He has some good lines in it.
Did y'all really call Interscope to try to shelve this?
Fuck no. I ain't never made a fucking call. Made a call to Diddy. Really? Yeah. I got Diddy's number. Just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened. It didn't feel like a diss to me. It just felt like pitiful. I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm feeling bad for something I didn't even have to do with. So that's how that happened. So he made a reply to my reply. So regardless of what the fuck he wants to say,
didn't he diss Diddy?
Yeah, and Killshot, but he's talking about like the MGK track, the diss track, when he came up with Rap Devil. He said, I did not ever call Interscope and shelf him. Basically, like, does Eminem have that much power to call Diddy? Shout out to Diddy. I hope you're having a good time in federal prison. You know what I mean.
Just say it, man.
Shit.
Ew. You're gross.
You know, he said, I don't have Diddy's number to be like, hey, you know what, shelf this, this person or whatever, shelf that person, that that, whatever, shelf MGK or shelf whatever. He's like, that never happened. So why would he say that? So he wanted to make him, yeah. And what he's talking about is like making somebody bigger than they should be.
Yeah.
6 years ago, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Wait. I'm telling you the reason I dissed you now.
Yeah.
Me and Eminem would get along great.
And I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna wait for a second just to see, because if people start firing off and I try to answer every fucking body that I dissed on Kamikaze or had words about, I'm gonna be going the next 5 fucking years making diss song after diss song. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like,
You gonna get hit though.
All right, so that was part 2 of Eminem's Kamikaze interview. We talked about Joe Budden, talked
And
about
also-
Slaughterhouse, talked about MGK, and thank you.
So this is not a topic that was added into this video, but you know the pirate ship,
Mhm.
the Legos. It's I think it's a mini.
Oh, great! You're gonna have fun with that.
Also, do
So-
you guys have any fears?
Put in the comments if you do. Okay, so that was the Eminem,
I have thalassophobia or something.
more of the Eminem interview with Sway. That was for you, Ju, that you wanted this done, and thank you for that. It was interesting. I always think these things are interesting. So we'll do a couple of more videos, but we're gonna take a short intermission. We'll be back in a couple of minutes so she can go get something to eat, and then we'll be
I'm
back. So again,
hungry.
we are always.
Sending our love from our family to yours.
Until the next vlog, you guys keep safe, keep quiet, and keep humble. See you till the next one. Bye.